learners. In this video I'll be looking at phonics and mainly Jolly Phonics. I have an earlier video called What is Phonics if you need a little bit more of an introduction to phonics, and if you have watched that video already then you will know that in Jolly Phonics each sound has a corresponding action, song and story. In this video I'm just going to focus on the sounds and actions. If you've watched that video you'll also know that in Jolly Phonics sounds are not taught in alphabetical order. They're taught in a very specific order to make sure that children can decode words sooner. So in this video I will be showing you the sounds in the Jolly Phonics order, but if you would like to see them in alphabetical order I will also edit this video in alphabetical order and link it in the description box below. Now before we get started I just want to mention something that has terrorised every teacher teaching phonics since the beginning of time. Well, since the beginning of this new phonics scheme. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the schwa. What is a schwa, you may ask? A schwa is when you make the sound at the end of a letter sound. So for example, we most commonly see this with M, N and L. So we actually pronounce them and all. But with a schwa on the end, they sound more like m, n and l, which is not what we want. So with that in mind, let's take a look at the first 26 letter sounds and their corresponding actions. I also just want to put a bit of a disclaimer here to let you know that the actions for each sound are often quite strange, but they always link in with the song or the story, so just go with me on this. For this sound, we make our arm a snake going through the grass. S, s, s. Ah. For this sound, we pretend that there are ants on our arm. Ah, 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 ah. T. For this sound, we pretend we're watching a tennis game, like so. And remember, t, not t. I. For this sound we pretend we are a mouse wiping ink off of our whiskers. It goes with the song and the story, trust me. I. P. For this sound we pretend we are blowing out a candle on a pink pig cake. Try saying that 10 times fast. Pink pig cake, pink pig cake, pink pig cake, pink pig pig, pink, 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 pink. So we put our finger in front of our mouths as if it is the candle and we puff out the candle. P, p. You should be able to feel your breath on your finger. P, p, p. For this sound we pretend we are an aeroplane making a very noisy sound, like this. For any of you out there planning on being primary school teachers, just remember that you do have to make a fool out of yourself every single day. Yeah. Anyway, back to business. K. Now this sound obviously belongs to two different letters, C and K, and they do have their own individual songs, but they both have the same action, which is pretending to play castanets. For this sound we pretend we are breaking an egg into a pan. For this sound raise your hand and say the sound onto your hand so that you can feel your breath on your palm. For this sound we pretend that we are a puppy ripping a rag. Yeah, remember that thing I said about making a fool of yourself? I was not kidding. Never m. For this sound, it's pretty simple. We just pretend that we are about to eat a really tasty meal, put your hand on your stomach and say D. For this, we get our imaginary d drums. D, 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 g. For this we imagine that we are hearing water gurgle down a drain. G, 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 o. This sound is pretty simple. We just turn the light on and off. O, 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 ah. For this, we put up our umbrellas. Ah, 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 ah. All, never le. All. For this, we lick our lollipop. All, 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 all. For this sound, we pretend that there is an inflatable floating fish that has got a puncture in it and the air is starting to escape. I would love to have coffee with whoever came up with these. We put our hands like this and make the sound. B. For this, we hit our ball with our bat. B, 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 j. By far my favourite action and definitely the most popular in each class that I've had so far. We stretch out our arms and we become jelly. J, 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 zzz. For this we pretend we are buzzy bees and put out our wings like so. Zzz, zzz, zzz. W. For this we pretend that we are blowing the wind over our hands. W, 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 w. V. For this sound we get into a van and drive it. V, v, v. That sound tickles every time. Y. For this we get our yoghurt and we eat it. Y, 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 y. X. Now of course this is a sound that we really only ever hear in the middle or end of words. We pretend we're taking an X-ray with a special X-ray camera. X, 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 x. Qu. This sound takes Q and U to make qu. For this we pretend we're a duck quacking. Qu, 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 qu. And so that concludes all 26 letter sounds. If you liked this video, make sure to click that like button. If you would like to see more videos from this channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. You can also click on the bell icon to make sure that you get a notification every time I post a new video on the Little Learners channel. You can contact me at these social media handles and of course in the comments below. I'd love to know what you think of these videos and also if there are any videos that you would really like to see on this channel. Thank you for watching and I will see you next time.